Pump price of petrol reduced to 87 naira as our correspondent appraises the level of compliance in petrol stations. Plus, security agencies in Anambra State on preparations for the 2015 election. These and more on NTA Panorama. Thanks for being with us. Petroleum Resources Minister Adesani Alison Madueke has announced a 10 naira reduction in pump price of premium motor spirit from 97 to 87 naira per litre, effective from 12 midnight, Sunday 18th January.
As you may be aware, there has been a lot of volatility in the price of petroleum products, particularly crude oil, over the last few months. Invariably, this has meant that the price of the products in Nigeria has also been greatly impacted. It is as a result of this that under the approval and directive of Mr. President, and in line with Section 6, Clause 1 of the Petroleum Act, that it is my responsibility as the Minister of Petroleum and my delight to announce today that there will be a reduction in the pump price of petroleum or premium motor spirit by 10 naira. Therefore, the reduction will be from 97 naira per litre to 87 naira per litre, and this will be effective as of midnight, Sunday, the 18th of January 2015. In line with this, I have directed the Petroleum Product Pricing Regulatory Area Agency, PPPRA, and the Directorate of Petroleum Resources, DPR, to ensure that there is strict adherence to this new pricing regime as soon as it takes effect, so midnight tonight, Sunday, the 18th of January 2015. I do hope that the entire country will benefit immensely from this reduction in the pump price of petroleum. I thank you all.
Petroleum Minister Adesani Alison Madueke there on the new pump price of petrol. Hours after the announced reduction in the pump price of petrol, some filling stations in Abuja are yet to comply with the new price regime. Sheon Ogunluyi has the situation report.
There is a scientific law that what goes up must come down. This law of gravity last night played out on petroleum pump price in the country. About 8 hours after the announcement was made by the Minister of Petroleum Resources, the essential commodity buyers are still hanging in the balance, as many operators in the Federal Capital Territory are yet to effect the change.
We feel happy that we heard the announcement that there is reduction of fuel. But this morning we came to buy fuel and we see they are still selling it at 97 naira.
The fuel is still the same price, it has never reduced, it's still 97 naira.
So we went and asked the fuel attendants, say what is happening. They didn't give us any, they didn't react to our question.
Efforts made to speak with operators of some of the filling stations in the Federal Capital Territory proved abortive, but of course NTA News will keep a tab on them and get to inform you afterwards. This is of course the second time this will be happening in the country, first being the administration of the late President Musa Yar'Adua when he reduced the petrol pump price from about 73 naira to 65 naira on assumption of office. My name is Sheon Ogunluyi.
We sincerely apologize for the poor quality of that report. Moving on now, President Goodluck Jonathan and other Christian pilgrims who were in the Holy Land last year gave thanks to God for a successful pilgrimage. State House correspondent Chegun Lawale reports that this was at the Aso Villa Chapel, Abuja.
It is the first Sunday service at the Aso Villa Chapel this new year, coinciding with the Thanksgiving service by the Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission for the successful completion of the 2014 pilgrimage. President Jonathan, who for the second time as president led other Nigerians on the pilgrimage, joined the congregation, including the First Lady, to give thanks to God.
Give me a song.
First Lady Dame Patience Jonathan read the first lesson at the service, taken from Daniel chapter 3, verse 15 to 28, while the second lesson taken from Acts of the Apostle, chapter 27, verse 23 to 25, was read by the Executive Secretary of the Commission, Kennedy Okpara.
Who has sent his angel and rescued his servants? They trusted in him and defied the king's command and were willing to give up their lives rather than serve or worship any god except their own God.
The sermon of Pastor Samuel Peters centered on the sovereignty of God.
That's the God I'm talking about here. You see, not people try to play God and want to tap into the sovereignty and the supremacy of God. He comes to show himself.
Prayers are offered for the upcoming elections, for God to take preeminence, and for peace to reign before, during, and after the elections. The Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission later made a presentation to the President for being a pillar of support over the years. After the service, President Jonathan received one of the foremost entertainers in Nigeria, Olorogun John Odafe, otherwise known as Daddy Shoki, who came to show his support and solidarity with President for his assistance to the entertainment industry and for the national transformation.
Entertainment is a means of propagating what your society is. So, and he has been doing a lot with that. So, me as an entertainer, I must support somebody that is supporting the young ones, supporting the youth, supporting positivity.
If you see my mama, Hosanna, tell her, say, Hosanna.
In the State House, Shegun Lawole, NT News.
Christians have been told that one of the stands of the church is exaltation and worship of God, who call them out from darkness into the light of Jesus Christ. Pastor Michael Olatunde of Christ Apostolic Church stated this at the church service in Abuja. Correspondent Ifeanyi Ezumba reports.
Pastor Olatunde, taking his text from the book of John, chapter 4, verse 24, stressed that praises involves worshipping God with their souls and bodies so as to draw God's blessings.
In everything that man does, we need to give thanks unto the Lord. If you have a problem, give thanks to the Lord. God knows the source of everything in man's life.
So pray that God should help us, that this election should be a successful one.
Christians were also reminded to appreciate God continuously, not only yearly, but always, because it shows they emulate God.
Invite our friends, our business partners, and our well-wishers to join us in praising God for His love, for His mercy, and faithfulness.
Be prayerful and ask them that at least whatever makes them to develop, with God by their side, they will go places.
The elders and ministers prayed for the congregation that the year 2015 will be better than the previous years. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Ezumba, NT News.
Now, disturbed by the growing state of insecurity in Nigeria, the leading Nigerian Muslim clerics converged on the Nigerian consulate in Jeddah. Ambassador Ahmed Umar, who welcomed the faithful, praised the wisdom behind the coming together, calling on all to pray for peaceful coexistence and the successful conduct of the 2015 general elections. Leading the prayer session, Sheikh Goni Bukar also prayed for an end to insurgency that is ravaging the country. Youths of Anambra State, under the umbrella of Graduate Internship Scheme of SHOPE, have applauded President Goodluck Jonathan for taking them out of the shackles of poverty. The program. They made this known during a feedback interactive session in Oka, the Anambra State capital. Benson Osadebe reports.
The feedback mechanism is a way of hearing from the beneficiaries of the WIN program and other components of SHOPE on their prospects, challenges, and sustainability of the program.
We created this forum to talk to graduate interns that are on the scheme. We also created a forum to talk to employers that are on the scheme, to share with them the current strategy that we're using to do this program, and to hear from them how they think we can better improve this program so that the beneficiaries can get the best of the program.
Some of the beneficiaries gave their testimonies, noting that the program has reshaped the center stage of Nigeria's economic diversification, while their employers charged the youth to put their interest in the scheme.
I'm not campaigning, it's good to be honest. When I hear people counter this present administration, I get very angry and I counter them, because this is the only administration that is very honest with youth empowerment.
I have 11 interns. The principal challenge is that some of the interns are not down to earth.
The graduate internship scheme was designed as part of the Subsidy Reinvestment and Employment Program, SURE-P, for graduates to be placed in viable organizations where they will be mentored and supported to develop their core skills with the aim of earning a better living. From Oka, Benson Osadebe, NTN News.
And still from Oka comes this report that the head of security agencies have stated their level of preparedness towards achieving free, fair and credible elections. Benson Osadebe again reports.
In their different submissions, they noted that the issue of an order before, during and after the elections cannot be overemphasized.
Anambra State for the first time witnessed one of the best celebrated Xmas and New Year, where even the members of the public affirmed the fact that the police and the security community did very well. This is a very good foundation for the forthcoming election.
My service is determined to ensure that the transparent.
One of the responsibilities of the NSCDC as enshrined in the Enabling Act is to ensure the protection of lives and properties.
The stakeholders charged the youths not to allow themselves to be used as the long arm of the law will catch up with anybody that tries to jeopardize the elections.
Everybody, including even the politicians, nobody should ever allow himself to be used as a talk. If any politician approaches you, please go and disrupt, go and kill this person, go and be a talk for me. Tell the person, please, I will not be a talk.
The heads of security agencies in Anambra State say they are battle ready to combat electoral violence if any comes up in the forthcoming general elections. From Oka, Benson Osadebe, NTN News.
For Nigeria to thrive politically and economically, Nigerians must eschew politics of deception, backstabbing and negative dimension. This took center stage during the public presentation of a book entitled From Politics to Politics, The Paradigm Shift, written by Dr. Chidi Maduka. Olayinka Ojo has details.
Investigations have shown that globally, leaders in the political arena and public space play a lot of politics in leadership instead of politics. The 131-page book with 17 chapters entitled From Politics to Politics, The Universal Paradigm Shift tries to address issues such as political maneuvers, intrigues, innuendos, jingoism, fatherholism, among others.
It is time to walk away from the shadow into the substance. It is time to walk away from deceit.
Book reviewer Benson Wealth Kalu described Nigeria as a country already on the pathway of moving from plain politics to politics, as the minds of the people is going through redefinition, and true development begins from the mind.
This book is coming at a very critical and crucial time because for the first time in Nigeria, voters are beginning to value their power.
Author of the book, Dr. Chidi Maduka, while noting that politics could be either good or bad, depending on how power is used, added that for it to be good, leaders and the led must do what they say.
The truth of the matter is that anybody going to whatever level of leadership should make up his own mind that, look, I am here to serve.
In Abuja, Olayinka Ojo, NTA News.
You're watching Panorama on the NTA. We will take some messages now. There will be more reports shortly.
The struggle for independence had been a long and tough one. Our founding fathers and compatriots sacrificed their comfort and even shed their blood. We cannot at this point in history afford to spirit away their sacrifices for immediate but temporary gains of today. Let us emphasize what unites and not what divides us. Working for the unity of purpose with a stronger vision for a better tomorrow. NTA, growing with the nation.
Together, no matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together. Let's stop fighting each other. Let us live as one. It doesn't matter where you come from, your tribe or religion, man, woman or child. It doesn't matter who you are. Put Nigeria first. No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together. How can we develop when we're always in crisis? Families have become refugees in their country. No matter our differences, show some understanding. No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
And that's the much we can take on NTA Panorama as we join the live telecast of the PD Sokoto.
This is the network service of the NTA. We now join our outside broadcast crew for a live telecast. Please stay tuned.
Muna maka barka da zuwa a wannan waje. A kowane lokaci za mu ga isowar mai girma shugaban kasa.
Any moment from now, His Excellency